Hi, this is Reese from Create Stream, and we're going through the job management module, and we're going to cover just this bit of a basic overview of job management. Now, inside of job management, we have jobs, projects, tickets, and timesheets, and they all relate to each other in some way. You don't need to use all of them at all. You need to use the ones that relate to you. And in the job management, you can use it in so many different ways. So in this particular slide, we're just going to cover on all the scenarios that we have. So we think of job management four major components, how we use it, which is scheduling, managing jobs, quoting jobs, and managing job costings of it. And the key thing we find is, what is your process? We work with you and do an onboarding with you of what process are you wanting to start and finish with it, because you can have so many things, and we're listed 10, and there's a lot more you can do, from start to jobs invoicing to all the way down from tickets, help desk to jobs as well. So we cover all the different scenarios that you may have. So this video will do a little a snippet of one of the processes, but each video will go through many different scenarios that you may have, especially unless they get into timesheets, because at the end of the day with timesheets, it's all about your accountancy package, what it can and can't do, and with that you have to use it a certain way. So there's a bit of learning. There's more of a Creative University scenarios that we have to work with you on to manage the problems, because at the end of the day the accountancy packages are going to set the rules of what you can and can't do, and Creative will fill the gaps of all those different things you can and can't do. So in this video we'll cover it basically, and we'll show you how it looks like. So when you have the job module, which is in this section here, you click on the job module and you go to the job dashboards. The job dashboards has quick access to tasks, jobs, projects, and tickets as well. Now, when you click on the drop-down menu for the jobs, you've got those elements here, which shows you the list views. Then also you've got other components that help you manage jobs, which are job boards, which are swimming lanes, similar to a sales dashboard if you're familiar with that. Utilization boards, they give you a nice report on who's utilized time on there as well, and job calendars, which is scheduling as well. And then you've got job templates. Now, job templates is you've got in our Creator, you've got something called task templates, and then in job templates it has extra components. So job templates not only just have tasks, it has tasks with forms on it, and then it has job items you need to do, which is you can invoice out later, and you've got other things like attachments. Oops, forgot that one. So you have a lot more components, and project templates have all the above plus many projects, and you can have a number of the whole massive project all at once in one go. But a lot of people at the end of the day start with jobs, so we'll cover that in this video on how to do that. So what we're going to do is look at job itself. So let's double click on a particular job and go through the detailed view of it. There's so many things inside the job management section, and all relate to certain needs that you have. So the first part here, you have the job section, which shows you the scheduled time here as well. You can click on the calendar to open and see other colleagues that you want to schedule it across in that section. If you've got a schedule for, it will show the users there, and we'll cover that in another video of how you schedule inside of the calendar. You've got also the job costing, so you can add components on there, or job items and stuff for invoicing, and invoice out from here as well. And then you've got other things like templates. So you can do job templates, and that is, as I said beforehand in this video, is that you've got job templates where you can just inject all these tasks and forms and all these things in here. I'll show that in a second what they are. And that means is you can just custom design different things. Just task templates is just a group of tasks. So there's a list of tasks in here. So you can inject other elements into the job as well, and build different processes to really quickly speed things up for yourself. You got timesheets, you can get emails here. You've got many different emails. You've got a heap of email templates with attachments and all these things. Out of the box, you've got these emails. You've got a job's been finished, sign off, deliverables, send to the colleagues, all these different emails that you can email straight from this job, and email your colleagues or email the client as well, and you have sign off as well. You've got things like timesheets, which is a big component in itself. And timesheets is a bit of the heartbeat of job costings, and we'll cover that in a number of videos, because we link to the 4 accountancy packages, and each accountancy package has for and against features, and we'll cover that. But pretty much with timesheets, it's something that you're expecting, where the people have the ability to add their activities or their work hours. And for example, people ask, what are activities? Activities is what we're going to be invoicing, and you've got time clocks, which will cover that, as well as what you're going to be using for staff for payroll as well. So we'll cover that as well, but we do timesheets in here, and you can fill in timesheets on a job. So that helps the job costings element as well. Invoicing, we can invoice in here. We've got a number of scenarios in here how to invoice, and each client has some variations. You've got people who just want to just invoice job items, which we'll cover in a second. And then you've got people who just will be time materials, and that's actual. I time on this, and we have time clocks on here on the apps, and you can time on it and invoice straight out. So again, a lot of people have different scenarios in here, and again, this is the first overview, and you probably need to find which is the right video for you to get the answers that you were hoping for in this application. So that, and then we've got a heap of reports that we can cover off as well, which is the same thing, which is like run sheets. A lot of our clients still want to work with paper, so they schedule here and then they give the piece of paper to the users as well. Scroll down here is just extra fields. You can see the job in here, so you can click on here, similar to if you look at the other modules CRM. You can just type in it. We have geolocation address section, fill the address in here and save it, and that just gets the geolocation. That helps you when you want to know who's close to the job as well. And there's the address. It gives you a map of the place. Now we've got a workspace area section over here. Now the workspace area section will cover, they've got tabs at the top there. Now we'll go through, not everyone needs all those elements as well, but we'll find. So the first tab is job items. That is like if you're wanting to get caught up in job costings, you want to, when you do a job, you add the items. Now we use the inventory items from the accounting packages, so we can suck in your products and services into here, or we can just add them on the fly, and we'll cover that in the videos. And you can just add the costings here. So you can see here just $1,000 of items in here and $500 in costs in here, and you can just invoice straight from here as well. You also can just select here and just create a purchase order from here. So the key thing is that people that are more in the last part of wanting job costings are really wanting to add the job items that were on the job itself, especially when they're doing component building or they have to rush up and get something from a shop. They can just quickly create a product in here, add the actual sales price and the cost price, invoice the client, and then give the actual price, and then send as the purchase order, and then push it in the accounting system as well. So this here shows you've got one purchase order, and you can see a bit of a job costing section in here as well. Tasks are a to-do list, and that has a lot of power behind it as well. And what, for example, when you do let's say a job template, it gives you the items in here: prepare SWMs, review and checklist the site damages, and safe work method statements. And see here these little surveys in here. You can actually review the forms in here. We can design forms inside of the system. So a task in itself is just a checklist. Check, yes, I've done it, which you can do it on the app. But we go deeper in here. We have design online forms, and we'll cover that in one of the videos. And that is that you can design your questionnaires in here, and you can see here you can have all these different inputs in here. So this is a SWMS section in here that goes through risk hazards and all these extra questions and sign-offs and add-on people that are actually in the site. So you can cover this. And why that's really important is in the job template section, you can just create a job template. And what we find is a lot of people have to, when they get a job, they have to grab forms or email it, or you have to go through. Now the great thing with this is that inside the system you can go, look, I can grab any type of form in here, and these are the different forms you can grab and add them as you're doing. So the users even can just grab the form. So it's like a nice online form editor that you can use. You know how you go to PDFs, and you can actually email the clients here. So there's a little hyperlink here that you can just click here and email the client from the result as well of that form. So it's a powerful section in job management that you can have. Now the other things like description in here. Description is the content of the whole thing, and a lot of times when we, especially if we do it using a ticketing system, we can link to Office 365. The emails come in, it comes into this section, the whole body of the email displays, or you cut and paste from the email into here, and that goes in the app, and it's just an overview of what was said or what's the guidelines of this job. It goes on the mobile phone, it can go, and that's the headline here. Attachments, people can upload attachments, take photos on their app. It goes into this section, and it kind of gives you a bit of a badge overview of how many attachments on here, and you can upload them. You can put say the folder names on here, and you can see that the jobs have photos and different things. Signatures, you can create a signature in here. You can just click on the little signature and you can get the client to sign here. Again, the app can do that as well. And you can have a signature of the job itself. Now, posts are little things like you can create posts and say for example, a particular colleague, can you please send me X, Y, Z stuff? Okay, and that can pop up a message on their device, and they can actually get the message. Now below here is the timeline of just things that have happened. So because I created a job template, it creates when the job was created and all the tasks in here, and you can view it and you can click off the tasks that have been successfully completed on the app or on here as well. And you can actually, if you do any other activities, it gives you a timeline of what's been happening on this particular job as well. This section here on the far right is your tabs, so you can see all the activities. The activities are actual time itself, so that is relating to the timesheets, which is this section here. So when you do timesheets, you can quote on the estimated quote, which is here, which has the products and services. Again, if you can, it can grab it from here. You can quote from job itself, or you can grab it from the quote, and it brings all the items across here. But the actual time comes in here, which if you're not aware, which wouldn't be because it's all new to you, you have a time clock in here of all your time clocks. You can clock on, and you can on the app do the same thing, clock on, clock off, and then that will give you actual time of the activities. When you time on the actual activity, that you can choose what service, what rate you have, what customer rates. So we handle from all the different elements, from the customer has certain rates to the technician has certain rates, different services have different rates. So again, we deal with that as well, and that comes in this section. We bring all the activities in this section as well. You've got the scheduling, again we'll cover that. That can handle multiple scenarios. Then you've got the status, all the quotes in here, invoices, sales orders and purchase orders along here. Now you can click on here and you can move them up and down what you want, and here are hide things that don't relate to you, saying I don't want to have the job status there, and I can hide that as well. So that is the job details section. A lot of information in here, but what the key thing we'll be doing in other videos is just take a process and show you what the process is, because it's with Create Serum, it's all about onboarding what process works for you and what you're trying to achieve. And we probably, when we get a lot of clients coming through, we just find out which process meets them and what goals they have, and then we develop that process for them. So I hope that works. That helps you out of the job detail view, and we'll go look at other videos that relate to your particular circumstances. Speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.